Ladies and gentlemen, we'll call our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order. And this is November the 28th, 2022. And we begin by our roll call by our Clerk Treasurer, Jan.
Mayor Amy.
Here.
Karen Grushis. Here. Tom Lewis.
Here. Thank you very much. The next thing is the approval of the minutes from November 14th, 2022.
I'll approve the minutes as presented.
We have a motion by Karen Grishis to approve the minutes of November 14th.
I'll second that.
Tom Lewis seconds. Are there any other questions or comments about this? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you very much. The next thing on our agenda this evening is the
I signed in the wrong place, so I'll quiet it. Mark it out.
Ryan Robinson HWC drainage approval for John Jones Buick to expand parking lot.
They're supposed to join by phone at 5:30, Mayor.
Ryan, are you there?
I am here. Thank you, guys. Can you hear me okay?
We can.
Awesome. Yeah, just a quick overview of the project. It's obviously at the John Jones Auto Group, the Buick dealership, and we're expanding the parking lot, adding an additional number of parking spaces, and it's also going to accommodate the trucks that are offloading the vehicles to allow them to come in and make the turns a little bit easier. We're improving the drainage structures and features. They do have some ponding on the backside, so we're improving that as well, and not increasing the discharge to the existing location over to the east side. With that, we're not disturbing more than an acre. There's not going to be more than 70% of the entire parcel having impervious surface. So there's no additional things that were needed as told to us by the city. So basically, it's a pretty straightforward project. We're just doing a little bit of milling into the existing pavement, adding some curbing in at the ingress points, and then basically putting in heavy-duty asphalt for where the trailer vehicles are going to be traveling through.
So I looked at this today, so I'm assuming that this is all just south of the current existing building. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yep.
And you're going to build a larger parking lot back there coming in with a stone and then a binder or base.
Correct. Yeah, there'll be an intermediate base, stone and then base, and then a surface binder.
So you're then going to put the drainage into some type of retention ponds and just going to go onto the street?
Yes, that is correct. So we have three structures on the east side, on the west side, that are going to drain to the detention pond, and then from there we're going to have about 225 feet of pipe that's running from the detention pond over to an existing structure. That structure is going to be removed. We're going to put in a new structure, and then that crosses over across the street.
Okay. Then are you building a metal frame building as well, or no?
No, there is a structure that's currently there. It's just, I think it houses some things, and they're going to be removing and relocating that. But there's no structures that are being built with this.
Okay. Tom, what's your ideas?
What's that say? What's the hatched area next to the retention pond on the other side? It's hatched.
Are you talking about the areas at the end of the parking spaces in the interior?
Well, if you look at where the retention pond is, go to the right, and there's a hatched area, rectangle. I can't read.
That's a soil stockpile.
Okay, yeah, soil stockpiles.
When they're moving dirt, they'll locate it there for the time being.
Okay. When you're all said and done, it won't be there though, right?
No, correct. Well, it'll all be removed
Okay.
and restored back, and all the permanent
is the soil stockpile, that's on the west, that's on the east side then, is that correct? By the road?
Correct.
Correct, yep, southeast side.
Yeah, and so you'll be draining back to the western part of that. And so your trucks will be coming in to this parking area and then just offloading there?
So the new entrance to the south, the vehicles will come in through that point. They will proceed west and then up north toward the building, come around to the existing pavement, and then go back down out through that entrance. The whole purpose of, along with additional parking, is they have some issues with the grade right there at the south entrance that's currently there. So it's a pretty steep grade coming into the roadway that's running north-south.
Right.
So the intention of this new entrance is for those vehicles to get in and out smoother and not bottom out. Those car carrier vehicles.
So this will be able to hold an excessive cars once his lots really can actually continue to park back there as well as offload new cars coming in?
That's correct. It'll be heavy duty asphalt.
Okay. Tom, what else do you?
I'm good. That's fine. I'm an engineer stamping, so.
Yeah. Tom's an engineer here for us, so.
So what do we do? A motion?
Yeah, I think the motion.
Approving the drainage?
Mhm.
I'll make the motion to approve the drainage.
Tom Lewis makes the motion for
Put it on these plans.
drainage approval.
And I'll second.
John Jones. Karen Gracious seconds. Are there any other questions about this? Is your pipe underneath the pavement?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. It will be underneath the pavement. It'll be loaded for the heavier vehicles there. It'll be a reinforced concrete pipe that will obviously be the very sturdy 24-inch.
Okay. We have a first and a second. We've answered our question. Any other questions? None seen. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you guys so much for your time.
Absolutely. Have a great evening.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, the next thing on our agenda for this evening is the
Ryan Robinson.
Has left the call.
Cameron's Ministry drainage approval. Is this Paul Thomas, Jill?
That is already, yes, it is, but I think, don't you have, is there paperwork there that it's been approved through Carmen's board? Is there not paperwork there or not? Sorry, I chose to not bring my laptop down tonight. Has APC not already approved that, Mayor? Is there not paperwork there?
This is all John Jones here. The only thing I'm seeing on mine anyways is the Cameron's Ministry right here.
One sheet.
That's all I'm seeing. Do you have more sheets than that?
Bunch of sheets here. I think it goes with it.
With the Cameron's Ministry?
If you'll go on to the next thing, I'll contact Carmen real quick.
Okay, let's look at that. Okay, let's go on. We'll put that, the permit transfer agreement. What this is the city was asked to put in a lift station to Total Concepts. Yeah, on Senate Road, Josh. Right off Boatman Road.
I think they want a little.
Goes back to Amberley Point.
Taylor Mill.
Taylor Mill, thank you. And so we had to apply with IDEM, and while Charlie Hauser said we already have easements, there was an easement partially, but not all the way. So then we ended up having to hire surveyors to survey it. We had it surveyed, we had it recorded, so it's all on there. And with our agreement with Regional Sewer, we're basically just gonna turn everything over to them. So, we wanna turn everything over to them. So we wanna transfer what we've already received. We already received the permit from IDEM to go forward and to put that in, that lift station in. We already have done the work for the easement, so we wanna transfer all of that to the Regional Sewer.
So why did they not put it in instead of us?
Basically, there's been an ongoing thing.
They had originally consented to us to do it in early this year, and then they rescinded that consent, because that is a customer that's in their service area. We've not received a full explanation as to why that consent was revoked, but it has been revoked. So per the agreement that we have with them, that is not a customer that is in our service territory.
The city will continue to get the $10.90 per thousand. That's what Regional Sewer pays us. That's what everybody pays us. So we will continue to get that. And they're charging an add-on fee to that. And so
Are we getting paid for this, putting this in, this lift station?
we didn't put it in.
Oh, you didn't put it in?
We did not.
Oh,
All we
I
had
misunderstood.
at this point, once they said we would like to put
You
it
have
in.
the
So
permit, but
we
you
have
Got it.
So it's all stopped at that, so we're just asking now to go ahead and forward to them our permit that we,
And let them do it.
and let them,
Okay,
and the
I'm good with that.
easement, okay?
I didn't see why we put it in.
No.
They would, yeah.
Right.
Where would that in there was?
Right. But that's what's before us this evening, is there anything else? Josh, you can take it
You
with
good with all the legal stuff, Josh?
These are my edited versions. So the permit transfer agreement and then the assignment, assumption of easements kind of go together.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the permit transfer agreement.
Tom Lewis makes the motion on the permit
I'll second.
transfer, both the permit and the easement. So,
And the what?
and the easement, is that correct?
I don't know, it just says permit transfer agreement on top there.
Yeah, but it's for the assignment of easement and the permit, is that correct? Can I do both of these at one time?
You can, item D is assignment assumption agreement, and that is what would allow us to transfer our right-of-way easement that we have from those property owners.
I'm combining both C and D, because the C is the permit and D is the assumption, or is
I'll
the
make a
easement.
motion to add that
Okay,
easement, is that what you call it?
Tom Lewis makes the motion to transfer the IDEM permit to Regional Sewer, and also for them to go ahead, we're going to assign, and they will assume our agreement on the easements going forward.
I second.
Karen Richards seconds. Are there any questions about this as well? Anything else? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous, thank you very much. So,
One other item I have connected to that is their legal counsel has requested, we have engineered drawings for what we were going to put in there. They've asked that we transfer, or at least allow them a copy of those to see what we were planning, to hopefully speed up the process of connecting that customer. That's all I'm bringing to this point.
and he's, he has been waiting, and anything we can do to help that, I'd appreciate that, so.
So we're letting them use the drawings.
Just using the drawings we make.
Okay. I'll make the motion to allow them to use the drawings that were prepared.
Okay, Tom makes the motion, we need to vote on this?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Okay. So Tom Lewis makes the motion to go ahead and allow Regional Sewer to utilize the current drawings we have. Is there a second?
I second.
Karen Richards seconds. Is there any questions about any of that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye, unanimous, okay, thank you very much. Anything on Cameron?
Yes, we actually contacted Robbie, Mayor,
Okay,
and had him go out and look at that, and he came back and said, The whole site is paved, there would be no way to increase flow from that site. There does not appear to be any drainage issues from that site. So he was fine with it. Said no problem, looks like a pretty easy review. So he was fine with it.
So they're building a building on a paved site,
Yes,
leaving the drainage as is.
yes.
Are they building a building, or are they using the existing building that did not burn down?
I think they are building this building.
Now, it says here, this project, proposed project replaces the existing canopy in the front with a smaller one, thus decreasing runoff. The remainder of the site remains the same, so it's just changing the canopy. You see that?
Yeah, that's what I was reading too. So, you've got an architect, but you don't have any type of engineering.
Yeah, if they're not changing anything on the drainage,
Shouldn't be okay.
engineer.
Okay, good deal. Okay, so then do we have a motion to approve the drainage for the Cameron's ministry?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Tom Lewis makes the motion, Karen Grisha seconds. Are there any other questions about this at all? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Okay, thank you very much. And this is all with Paul Thomas, is this correct?
Where is this at?
This is, if you're going south, and remember where, right by the White Cottage, that building behind it burned down? That's it right there. It used to be a Callaway property,
Oh, yeah.
and then the Thomases purchased it.
So with respect to the fairgrounds,
Fairgrounds, you're a ways away. This is basically, as soon as you pass the high school, you're gonna go down, kind of that dip, and then I peel on the left-hand side, you're gonna go up, there's a trucking company, then there's the Aspen Foundry,
Grover Stacy's old building.
And building foundry.
Yeah.
and then you
Ranger
got,
That's a
boat
landmark.
dealership.
then you got.
I think the Ranger sign's still up there.
Grover Stacy's still on that.
Galloway
He
boats.
does.
Yes.
Bob Knight was there one
You got the
time.
White Cottage, and that's right behind it.
Willie
He
D's,
was?
yeah, right.
Willie D's, that's what it is, Willie D's. White Cottage is when we grew up, wasn't it? So,
Yes,
Paul Robbins,
yes.
so,
Florence was her, this is wife, right?
so that's where that's located at, and I believe Paul is part of his ministry, I mean, some of his ministry, he left Thomas Plastics and is trying to help folks in areas where addiction, and so I think that's what this facility is for, so I think it's a great thing, so. Okay, thank you very much. The next thing we have on our docket this evening is item E, the mass waivers. And we have with us the one, the only, Auntie M.
You
What
want
do
me
you
to
have
read
for us?
these or you want to go?
Let's see what I have here. Okay, this. Let me see, I don't know if I have them here with me. I must have left them upstairs. If you don't mind. I don't think I have them.
Okay, I'll give you my copies too. We have one for this coming December 11th, the Scottsburg High School football banquet, end of the year banquet.
I'm sorry, I see it now.
Oh, you have them.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then the other one is Align Southern Indiana Early Childhood Committee. This is in March of next year, and they're asking for the banquet hall and 2 other rooms for a training education session.
The high school football, we did that last year.
Yes.
And, I mean, that's a great event.
We did the basketball one too.
So, the Align is new, isn't it?
I believe so.
So,
What's the date on that, Emily? I don't see a date.
The football?
No, the Align.
Oh,
What's the
March
date?
4th,
March
23.
March 4th.
is this put on by the school?
No, it is put on by this Align Southern Indiana group.
Do we know who they are?
I do not. I know a teacher works for them. That's, I think, how they found us.
Pardon me?
Emily Jordan has something to do with the high school, or those, the kids down at the junior high, I think, doesn't she?
I think she's a preschool teacher.
Preschool,
Mhm.
is that, okay.
Yeah, and we can reach out to her if we need more info.
Says it's going to receive valuable training opportunities to implement high-quality child care practices. I guess that's what their comments.
I mean, again, I'm not sure what this is. I mean, the school was putting something on. They're taking, from my mind, I think that they're taking where the buses used to be and making that into a preschool classes, if I'm not mistaken. They've moved the whole bus barn from where the high school campus.
It already is a daycare.
Huh?
At the high school, they already are daycaring.
So they're doing that now?
Yeah.
It's not just a daycare, isn't it? Is it more of a preschool type?
I think that that's the growth plan, yes.
So I mean, is that what part of this is?
I don't think
I don't
so.
think it's
I
connected.
think this is a non-for-profit group that serves our county, and they do child care, like early childhood.
I'm not familiar with them. Are you?
No.
Well, since it's not till March, can we get some more information?
Yeah.
Vote next time.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sounds good, that's what they're saying here. but
Yeah,
It'd be nice to have a little more information about them.
okay, that sounds good. So let's do that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, is anything else out there?
Just the,
Act on that one. for
yeah, just the
football.
Scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to pass
I'll make
on.
a motion, we approve the waiver for the high school football banquet.
Lewis makes the motion to approve the high school. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Richards, second. Any other questions about this? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, football team. Sounds great. Thank you, Ann. Next thing we have is a Purdue Extension, Scott County would like to use the train depot for both beginning farmer program and lawn care programs. And this will be on a Thursday evening from 6:30 to 9, January 12th, 19th, 26th, February 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, March 2, 9, 16 of 23. That was for the beginning farmer. The lawn care is April 6, 13, 20, 27, and 27. So 4 nights there.
We allowed them to do it last year, so I thought it should be brought to the board for this year's dates.
We waived the fee last year.
Mm-hmm.
These are all kids, right?
The lawn care, I think anyone can do.
Okay. Okay, so, so this is, I guess, part of the 4-H program, is that correct? Okay, so we've always supported the 4-H.
Extension. What's the typical fee for
$100.
$100?
That's what that one rents for. It's $100. So they've got a lot of dates there.
So do we get a lot of rentals that we don't hear about?
We
hear
don't
about
get many at the depot. We don't. Probably less than 10 a year, I would think.
So we're hearing about waiving the fee for a large percentage of the train depot, but a small percentage of the next part. Is that a fair statement?
That's a very fair statement there. Now, again, the depot is really a nice place to have. I think our Beechwood and the Lake Iola is probably some of our biggest rentals there. And
I was just curious because we don't want to waste it as people that want to waive the fee.
yeah.
So, just from my perspective, because that's all I'm seeing, I'm waiving the fee all the time.
Well,
Okay, I'll get you those, so you see just what, when we do our
Percentages.
financials through November, just so you can see the
Okay,
amount we take in for the parks and for
alright,
over there.
that's fair.
Yeah, I'll get those.
And that's the only reason I was doing it is because it's kids. But, I mean,
Sure.
to your point, I mean, Purdue's got money, you went there. And
It's a good place.
you're a great place.
3 wins.
Great place.
3 wins in a row.
I know, that's amazing.
So you need a motion to approve the waiver for the Purdue Extension scrap painting.
Yep.
I'll make that motion.
Tom Lewis makes the motion. Is there a second?
And I'll second.
Karen Grishis makes the second on that. Anything else to be heard on this? Nothing, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Ms. Shelley will be happy with it. Talking about. That's great. The next thing on our agenda this evening is the ThreeStar Painting. Gio, who is that? Jan?
Or is that, okay. What we're asking to do is the ThreeStar Painting had a lease at the Mid-America Science Park, which has expired, and they're no longer in the building. Their rent for November was prorated because they were there like 3 or 4 days, weren't they, Emily? And what we're asking the board to approve is, usually we return the deposit back to the person who has the lease. But in this case, they asked us, because they still owed October rent, if we could apply that to their rent. So we're just asking that you allow us to, that deposit would be made to the city of Scottsburg, and then we will be applying that deposit to their last month of their lease.
So they fully paid.
Right, yes, yes. It isn't our best SOP, but in this case, rather than, because they did owe us, we.
Yeah.
I'll make a
Talk.
motion.
Okay.
Karen Grishis makes the motion
I'll
to,
second the motion.
and Tom Lewis seconds for ThreeStar to just use their deposit to pay the balance of the rent for November. Any other questions about that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. The next thing we have is approval for scrap from the electric department. I went down to look at the scrap today and I took pictures of everything. And they have multiple boxes. I left it up on my desk. My camera's up on the desk, my phone. So I've taken all the pictures. Do you want to see them? I mean, they've got boxes. And Willie's really good about taking all of his scrap that we've had a failure or something like this, and he puts it in boxes. And then it's typically, I mean, they've used Coots before, but typically the local company is giving us the most money. And he takes it there, they send a check directly to Jan for the weight.
So you're saying boxes, you're saying cardboard boxes?
No, it's wooden boxes, because the stuff is
Scrap,
so,
what's the scrap?
the scrap is wire.
Wire and
It's
stuff.
high power line wire, it's, there's also brass, some brass over here. They separated, some of it's clean, some of it's not clean. Not clean means you still have the insulation wrapper around it and all that. But there's a fair amount, So
Recyclable?
it's all recyclable,
Yeah.
all recyclable. Tremendous amount of copper, a lot of copper.
I was gonna ask.
So, he's not gonna be able to buy a new $250,000 truck with it that he'd like to have, but it's still gonna bring a decent amount of change back. So you always keep that.
So we need approval to allow him to sell scrap.
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
Anything that we get rid of in the city, we wanna make sure that the Board of Works is aware of it and that we have pictures of what we're getting rid of. It's all the citizens. So what we're saying is, can we, with your permission, go ahead and sell this for recyclable scrap, and we will get the money for a check will be issued to Jan for the general fund.
I'll make a motion.
So that'll go back into electric, whoever sells it.
Okay.
owns it.
I'll second.
Sorry about that.
That we resell it.
So it'll go back into the electric account. So Karen Grishis makes the motion to go ahead and approve the removal of the scrap, and Tom Lewis seconds that. Are there any other questions about that? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. We also had a containment area. Containment area was over in the old electric company. Does anybody remember where the old electric company was? So they're still using that containment area. We're taking that out and we're gonna move it out to the existing. We're putting a floor, it has a floor in there now, and it's right by a shipping dock. But we have to put in for IDEM a special catch basin so any type of oil that might spill out, we're able to get that. So it's not gonna get into any type of soil, and this meets all of our IDEM requirements. So we've gotten permission, we've applied with IDEM, we've got permission to move the containment from here out to there. So we're now in the process of putting the proper catch basins in for it, as it were. So just to give you a heads up what's going on as well. So, okay, next thing on our agenda this evening is the sewer adjustments. So, you've seen leak, where we've had leak and try to adjust the sewers, so are there any questions about any of these?
No.
Okay, having seen them, do I have a motion to accept them as presented?
Don't need a
I'll
motion.
make the motion to accept them as presented.
No,
We
we don't need a motion.
No.
We don't need a motion?
Take that back off next year.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, the next thing is our clerk treasurer, Jan Hardy, on claims.
I would just be open for a motion to accept the claims as presented.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Tom Lewis makes a motion, seconded by Karen Bridges. Any other questions about it? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Unanimous, thank you very much.
And along with that, Melina has something that she, along the same line as what we presented at the last meeting in these refund and credit balance.
I was gonna say, you wrote a bunch of checks this time.
We sure did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We're down to the $3 mark, and we've decided to stop there, that it's not, I don't know if we need to announce that.
It's profitable, yeah. you
Profitable
probably just-
to do that, so, these people that I have on this list are, people that we found to be deceased, and so we have a care of and their replacement, so we're writing, these several checks here for the replacement, to their families, whoever their, power of attorney is, or, so there's just a couple there that we found to be, and
So
if
this
we can get the approval to write the checks to not the deceased, but the care of.
So we're paying them back for an overpayment.
It's the refund of their credit balance, yes. And, yeah, so, and also,
Cut it off at $3.
we'd like to
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
motion, I think the Board of Works needs to approve that, but it was, the mayor had hoped to refund everyone's, but when I was back there and I just
We
thought
were down
this-
to pennies. I mean, we had some down to
3 cents,
3 and 4
59
cents.
so.
We decided that the $3 mark was where we were at, so we were gonna stop there. I would also like, and I don't know that this has to be voted on or whatever, but Jan had found maybe getting a resolution for the bad debt write-off written. So I don't know
Before the end of
if
the
I
year.
need permission to get with Josh, or just if I can just get with Josh to get something like that, because on next meeting, because you're not meeting on the last of December, right?
The council won't.
The
December
council,
12th.
okay, the board
We're
will.
hoping not to.
I'm hoping to get a resolution so that I can write the rest of that portion of the debt off, so that we can get that all cleared
When you
out.
say bad debt, I'll talk to her.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go, man. Figure it out.
So we need a motion on approving
And a
these
motion
payments.
to not
and
refund
Not
anything.
refund more than $3.
Anything
Less
under,
than-
less, yes,
Less than, equal or less than $3. I'll make that motion.
and those 6, I think there's 6.
I'll
in there.
second.
Tom Lewis makes the motion. Is it 6 folks?
7, 1, 2, 3,
Is it 7?
4, 5.
The site lady I added.
Okay, the side,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, we don't have a lot, so thank you very much for,
Ronald Murphy,
it's gotta be
got
more
a check.
costly
There you
to
go.
send the money back.
So Tom made the motion?
Tom Lewis makes a motion. Is there a second?
Karen seconded.
Karen
Ronald
seconded.
Murphy, Debbie
Yeah.
Murphy.
Yeah, her dad's gonna get it.
Bills.
Yeah, Ronald's gonna take it. Or the care of Ronald, yeah, it's gonna go to Debbie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you very much. Okay, next up is Chief Zellers.
I don't have anything besides you talking about the White Cottage. I saw on Facebook, so it has to be true, that, the Willie D's is gonna close down next month.
I hadn't heard that.
I saw they announced, Carla and Willie Douglas, that they had decided they were going to retire at the end of next month. So I assume it's closing down. I know it's been for sale for a while.
Didn't know.
They used to have pretty good fishing there, Mary. Remember that? White Cottage, that fishing, hadn't they?
Oh, yeah, the fish,
He,
the biscuits and gravy in the morning, I mean, that was always good. For sure. That's been a long time.
I know, I'm old.
Yeah, yeah. So I was at the auction when Doug bought it.
Oh, was that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they said on Facebook. They were gonna close it down, so.
So, everything okay with everything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to get healthy.
There you go, Chief. Yeah, we didn't see you with Santa in
I was
the
there.
sleigh.
They didn't see me. I was undercover.
There you go.
I was watching everything. Make sure they're doing it right.
Thank you, Chief, for the safety you give to us, buddy. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Is there anything else for this evening? Okay, hearing nothing. We'll accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Darren Brishers makes a motion. Thank you very much for all your help, folks. Thank you very much. Have a great, hope you had a great Thanksgiving and upcoming Christmas season.